On the news tonight, World Bank says 139 million Nigerians still in poverty despite economic reforms. Federal government pledges amicable resolution of trade dispute with ASU. Governor Makinde inaugurates anniversary planning committee for Oyo at 50. 24 killed in military bomb attack on Buddhist gathering in Maima. Good evening and thank you for joining us on the news around the world. My name is Afolakemi Akombi, and at the sign language corner I have Korede Oluleye. The World Bank has expressed a concern that despite Nigeria's recent economic stabilization efforts, about 139 million citizens are now living in poverty. The global finance institution warned that the country risks losing reforms gains if it fails to translate such gains into tangible improvements in people's welfare. The World Bank Country Director for Nigeria, Matthew Verges, disclosed this on Wednesday in Abuja at the launch of the October 2025 Nigeria Development Update. Mr. Verges commended Nigeria's bold reforms in the exchange rates and petroleum subsidy regimes, describing them as foundational steps that could reshape the country's long-term economic trajectory. He likened the current reform window to the historic policy shifts seen in countries like India in the early 1990s, noting that such rare opportunities must be seized decisively or risk being lost. The World Bank chief cautioned that the macroeconomic improvements so far achieved had yet to translate into improved living conditions for ordinary Nigerians. Meanwhile, Nigerians have expressed concern over another hike in the cost of cooking gas, with a kilogram now selling for as high as 2,000 naira in some parts of the country. According to gas marketers, however, the increase has little to do with any official price adjustments. The Nigerian Association of Liquefied Petroleum Gas Marketers has attributed the hike to temporary supply disruptions and market exploitation by some operators. The association's national president, Oladapo Olatubosun, stated this on Wednesday while featuring on a live program aired on a private TV station. He blamed the price increase on opportunistic marketers taking advantage of supply gaps caused by the recent Pengasan strike. The federal government has reaffirmed a commitment to solving all outstanding issues with the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, and other tertiary education trade unions. The government pledged to achieve this through a comprehensive and coordinated negotiation process. To this end, the Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa, has advised the nation's tertiary institutions or trade unions to stop using strike as their first resort. Addressing journalists on Wednesday in Abuja, Dr. Alausa said that the federal government tertiary institutions expanded negotiation committee will on Thursday receive ASU's counter-offer as part of efforts to finalize a new agreement. The minister outlined the several commitments already fulfilled by the government, including the release of 50 billion naira for earned economic allowances and inclusion of 150 billion naira in the 2025 budget to fund tertiary institutions' revitalization. In the meantime, education sector and society stakeholders are calling for sincere dialogue and systemic reforms to address the underlying causes of the industrial crisis between the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, and the federal government. A university lecturer, Dr. Bayon Libusari, and a social commentator, Bright Richards, made this call while featuring on the BCOS TV Current Affairs Breakfast program AM 120. These followed the recurring threats of industrial action and another imminent shutdown of the nation's ivory towers by ASU. Our reporter, Faith Adekunle, monitored the program and compiled this report.
Discussing the topic, ASU's threat, a university lecturer, Dr. Bayonle Busari, emphasized the urgent need for the federal government to engage ASU in meaningful dialogue and honor all existing agreements with the union. He maintained that resolving the recurring crisis in Nigeria's education system requires collective responsibility from all stakeholders, not solely reliance on government intervention.
No human situation is absolutely perfect. Even if you had an agreement, there will still be issues that will come thereafter. But let's see your intent in implementing. By the time when you start implementing, in our implementation, this came up. Okay, let's discuss. It's different from you not doing anything at all. I mean, my brother from you will say, at all, now in bad. So let us start on something.
Also featuring on the program, a social commentator, Bright Richards, decried the chronic underfunding of the education sector, describing it as one of the root causes of repeated strike actions. He noted that the Nigerian education system remains challenging and demanding despite the central role in national development. According to him, the poor remuneration of lecturers has worsened discontent within the academic community.
We have a government that, let's say, their hearing capacity is not loud enough or wide enough to absorb some of the comments, because I see no reason why from 2009, this is 2025, going to 2026, and some of their demand, a lot of their demands have not been met. And if you look at when this administration came on board, this subvention or the allocation being given to state schools dropped. And that created a crisis at the beginning of this administration. And what was the crisis? We had the case of Unilag owing millions of naira for electricity bill. They complained that they bill them almost 200 million every month. Uniben had the same crisis. UCH was thrown into darkness for over 100 days. And that clarifies that the funding allocation being given to school have dropped. But if you look at the response from the university, what happened next? Tuition fees were jacked up.
They both agreed that genuine dialogue, adequate funding, and the shared sense of responsibility among all stakeholders are essential to restoring stability and progress within Nigeria's education system. Faith Adekunle, BCOS News.
When malaria knocks you down, you can be sure parasites are having a party in your system.
Welcome to our new kingdom, guys!
Comel, an effective weapon against malaria. Attacking the parasite army directly to give you express relief and get you back on your feet effectively. Comel on. Malaria gone.
Imagine lovely meals you can cook with these ingredients. You spend heavily, but no guarantee of a tasty meal. Not making a right choice of seasoning cube can ruin your meal, money, and confidence. For a tasty meal, do not compromise. Choose Gold.
Use Terra Gold for the rich, consistent taste your loved ones crave for. Good for soups, stews, and jollof. Terra Gold. 1 cube, endless possibilities.
Natural sun-ripened yellow corn. Individually whole-flaked to preserve its natural goodness. That's what makes Nasco cornflakes truly whole-flaked. Enjoy the tasty, crunchy, and nutritious Nasco cornflakes.
Good, tasty food is worth living for. Worried about your oil every time you enjoy your favorite meal? Introducing Smart Balance. Smart Balance rice bran oil is rich in gamma oryzanol. Several studies suggest that gamma oryzanol may contribute to the reduction of bad cholesterol. Golden Terra Smart Balance oil. Good food, no worries.
Sonia tomato mix, stand up. Is it too open? Is it too squeeze? Is it too scoop and is it too stir? Dishes come alive, so much taste. Sonia tomato mix, of course. Sonia tomato mix, yes sir. Sonia tomato mix, stand up.
I'm in love. No, but with you, of course, my darling.
Sonia tomato mix in a new stand-up pouch.
Feel free to imagine a world with no boundaries. Just you and your dreams running wild and free. Oh no, life can be easy. Smooth connection with the
When you're low on energy and need a break, give yourself a treat. Cadbury Hot Chocolate. Smooth. Crafted from cocoa, milk, and sugar. Creamy. Chocolatey. Frothy goodness. Rich taste. So satisfying.
Cadbury 3-in-1 Hot Chocolate. The treat you deserve.
My skin is my identity. My strength. It's unique and deserves care made specially for me. New Nivea Radiant and Beauty Advanced Care. With 5 oils and 5 vitamins. 48-hour nourishment. Helps reduce appearance of stretch marks in just 2 weeks. New Nivea Radiant and Beauty Advanced Care. For your shade of beautiful.
Thank you for staying tuned. Ex-Minister of Innovation, Science and Technology, Geoffrey Inaji, says his resignation from President Bola Tinubu's cabinet is not an admission of guilt, but a personal choice. Mr. Inaji was appointed minister in August 2023, resigned on Tuesday amidst allegations of certificate forgery. In a statement he signed in Abuja, the former minister alleged an orchestrated campaign of falsehood and malicious attacks on his person across print, electronic, and social media platforms. He said the unfounded allegations and media distortions not only caused personal distress, but also distracted him from work. He said, having put in 5 decades of building a reputation anchored on hard work, honor, and service to humanity, he could not, in good conscience, allow the distortions to cast a shadow over the noble objectives of the Tinubu administration. Mr. Inaji added that the decision to step aside is therefore a principled decision to respect the sanctity of due process and to preserve the integrity of the proceedings currently before the courts. The issue of certificates of forgery among high-ranking public officials made the headlines again, this time with the Minister of Innovation, Science and Technology, Uche Nnaji, at the center of the storm. The minister resigned his appointment following allegations of certificate forgery, prompting our reporter Gbemisola Adebayo to examine the facts of the matter and the overall illicit practice of certificate forgery, especially in high places. Here is Gbemi's report.
Certificate forgery is not a new issue in Nigeria, but it continues to cast a shadow over the nation's image and integrity in governance. In recent years, the country has witnessed similar scandals involving high-profile figures such as former Finance Minister Kemi Adeosun and former Aviation Minister Stella Odua, who both faced allegations of falsifying NYSC credentials. Now, attention has turned to the immediate past Minister of Innovation, Science and Technology, Uche Geoffrey Nanji, who is accused of forging both his degree from the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, and his NYSC certificates. Nanji's resignation, announced on October 7th, 2025, followed weeks of mounting pressure and public outcry over the alleged discrepancies in his academic records. While the former minister insists that the allegations are politically motivated and aimed at tarnishing his reputation, the Federal High Court in Enugu dismissed his attempt to stop the University of Nigeria from releasing his academic records, a ruling that further intensified scrutiny from the public and civil society groups. Some Nigerians who spoke with BCOS News expressed disappointment, stressing that integrity and accountability should remain non-negotiable values for public office holders.
For you to have resigned, you have been advised before it gets to something that brings more shame to its personality or this.
It has a very bad image for the country. It also sends a very bad message in terms of fight against corruption in the country.
They also called on relevant authorities, including the anti-graft agencies, to launch a thorough investigation and ensure that the law takes its full course.
The names usually are subjected to different security scrutiny and all of that. And so at the end of the day, after all of this scrutiny, then we are getting to find out that because the scrutiny is not just some paperwork, it's a background check that is done by relevant security authorities.
What we need to do now as a country is to ensure that this man is thoroughly investigated. After they investigated him, he should be charged to court. If he's charged to court, he should be duly prosecuted and ensure that he faces the necessary punishment that he ought to face as it is due to forgery involved in his own.
Though Uche Nanji has stepped down, political observers insist that resignation alone is not enough, as they also called for justice and institutional reforms to curb the recurring menace of certificate forgery in Nigeria's political landscape. Bimsola Adebayo, BCOS News.
Another timeout. Please don't go away.
The world needs moms. With a splash of golden Terra oil, a mom can transform a frown into a smile. Change no thanks into yes please. Resolve family feuds without blowing a whistle. Providing tasty family meals is all that matters. Where there are moms, there is love. Golden Terra oil, pure love.
But why? No, see, say this big bull bag of rice no get the new big bull holographic seal. Not true.
Introducing the Big Bull Holographic Seal Tape, your favorite authentic Big Bull rice, 50 kg and 25 kg. Now with holographic seal tape. This is to ensure you get the premium product from Big Bull Rice. Do not buy if the holographic seal tape is not on the bag or is broken. Big Bull Rice. Tasty rice nourished you.
TerraCube. Unwrap joy. Unleash taste.
Thank you for staying tuned. Governor Seyi Makinde has inaugurated an 11-member planning committee for the 50th anniversary of the state's creation. Governor Makinde formally inaugurated the committee at the State Executive Council Chambers, Governor's Office, Secretariat, Agodi, Ibadan. Details of the events are presented by Governor's Office correspondent Olalekan Sulaiman.
Inaugurating the 11-member planning committee for the 58th anniversary of Oyo State, Governor Seyi Makinde described the celebration as a significant milestone in the state's history, emphasizing that marking 50 years of existence is truly worth celebrating. Governor Makinde charged members of the committee to give their best and ensure that the Golden Jubilee celebration is memorable, despite the prevailing economic challenges in the country. He urged members of the committee to identify and recognize individuals who have served the state meritoriously in various capacities.
Look at people that have leaders that have governed the states before. If they are alive, we reach out to them. If they are not, we reach out to maybe their spouses or surviving members of their families. We want to recognize them. We want to appreciate them. And we also want to give a token of reward to them. Even in the heat of the campaign that brought this administration in 2018, 2019, you can never see us go out to tell people, oh, this administration, they haven't done this or they haven't done that. No. Every administration will have its own set of challenges.
The governor also reaffirmed his administration's commitment to engaging these parties of intellectuals regardless of their political affiliations. Addressing newsmen after the event, the chairman of the committee and former member of the House of Representatives, Honorable Said Akinade-Fijabi, expressed the committee's readiness to deliver on its mandate. He pledged that Oyo State will be given a befitting and memorable 58th anniversary celebration.
Oyo State have come of age, so what we expect is the best from the committee, and we are putting our best to bring the best for your state. Yeah, obviously we have to look for everybody that have served in government, in social, in every walks of Oyo State. We need to look for them, celebrate them. All about what we have to do is a coexistence of Oyo State in the last 50 years, and we should be able to celebrate it. And I want to assure us we're putting all our very best with the help of everybody.
Other members of the committee include a former head of service of the state, Alhaji Ololade Agbola, Dr. Z.O. Ajuan, OON, Mr. Mustafa Arewo, Alhaja Fatima Aziz, Mr. Samson Adejuma, and Pastor John Alabi. Other members are Alhaji A.G. Bello, Mrs. Ronke Adedayo, Kompo Fatai Owosheni, retired, and the Director General of Protocol, Mr. Deboega Badijo Olalekan Sulaiman. BCOS News.
Inspector General Phyllis IGP Kayode Egbetokun has urged the newly recruited police constables across the country to uphold the principles of integrity, professionalism, and respect for human rights. These formed a part of the IGP's address at the passing out parade for the 2022-2023 batch of police constables held simultaneously across police colleges and training schools nationwide. BCOS reporter Adibayo Abdurrafi covered the Oyo State event held at the police training school, Eleyele, Ibadan.
In Ibadan, the Oyo State capital, 189 recruit constables who had undergone rigorous physical conditioning, intellectual training, and character development were turned out. Addressing the gathering, the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, described the ceremony as a historic step in the nation's quest to strengthen policing and ensure public safety. Represented by the Assistant Inspector General of Police, Zone 11, AIG Fred Ekokotu, the police IG revealed that since assuming office, a total of 20,000 recruits have been successfully trained and integrated into the force. While commending President Bola Tinubu for his continued support of police transformation under the Renewed Hope agenda, IGP Egbetokun noted that the approval for the recruitment of an additional 30,000 constables over the next few years will help close manpower gaps and boost internal security nationwide.
The Nigerian Police Force continues to witness renewed investment in manpower, logistics, and welfare.
all of which are essential to building a more responsive and people-centered police force. Under my leadership, the Nigerian Police Force remains fully aligned with this vision and is committed to building a modern, reform, and professional institution.
In his address, the Commandant, Police Training School, Eleyele Ibadan, ACP Sulaiman Ishola, disclosed that the recruits were exposed to basic tenets on the use of firearms, shooting practice, moral training, community policing, rule of law, and fundamental human rights.
You came into this training as individual, but today you are marching out as part of a team, a family bond by a common purpose, and a noble tradition of service that demands sacrifice, courage, and honor of the highest order.
In their respective goodwill messages, representative of the Olubadan of Ibadan land, Oba Rashidi Adeoladoja, Magaji Nuruddin Akinade, Chairman Ibadan Northwest Local Government Rahman Adepoju, representative of Oyo State PCRC Arakunrin Omoni Badmus, congratulated the new recruits, tasking them to join hands with their senior colleagues in maintaining law and order that will keep Nigeria peaceful.
Kabiyesi said, I should thank you when you host the president of a country due to an corruption activity. And such an event was hosted in the core part of Ibadan, not in the stadium, but at the heart of the city, Mapo Hall, without any form of itches. Then we must give him to police command in Oyo State.
Speaking with BCOS News on behalf of his colleagues, the overall best recruit, Murakinyo Victor, expressed appreciation to the leadership of Nigerian police for giving them the opportunity to serve, pledging not to jeopardize the advantage.
My advice, my very first mate, is to just be diligent in whatever they are doing.
Major highlight of the passing out ceremony was the presentation of awards to outstanding recruits by the guests, including the Commissioner of Police in Oyo State, Femi Aruno, Adebayo Abdurrafi, BCOS News.
Practitioners gathered for a farmers forum organized by Priority Poultry Services and Deflo Agro Allied in honor of the late managing director of the agro firm, Mr. Ido Edward Giwa, whose legacies continue to inspire development innovation in the poultry industry. Our reporter, Damlola Daudu, who covered the event, completes the story.
The event brought together poultry farmers, stakeholders, and industry experts to discuss key issues aimed at improving productivity and sustainability within the poultry sector. The forum, held within the theme From Coop to Community, the Road to Sustainable Poultry Farming, featured technical and financial lectures that address practical challenges faced by farmers. In their lecture, Mr. Shitu Jamiu and Mr. Adeyemi Adedoyin provided valuable insights into nutrition management, chick quality, and financial prudence necessary for thriving in today's poultry business environment.
They need to develop themselves. They need to learn the skills required. They need to know the science behind poultry production. Poultry business is actually a science application. And in that way, you just have to do it the way it is being done for you to get good results.
Foundation of any poultry farmer now, because of the cost of labor and other cost of drugs, and is to have a quality chicks. The quality chicks is the foundation to the profitability of any poultry industry today.
Speaking at the event, the Executive Director of Priority Poultry Services and Deflo Agro Allied, Mrs. Ireti Giwa, who is also the wife of the late Managing Director, explained that the forum was conceived to sustain her husband's vision of empowering farmers through knowledge and collaboration. According to her, the forum was born out of his belief that when farmers are better informed, the entire industry grows stronger.
The first Farmers Forum will be honoring the legacy of my husband. And this was deeply thought of because he lived all his life for poultry industry. Bringing poultry farmers together, thinking of different things, teaching them, lecturing them, tutoring them, giving them an avenue to learn, unlearn, and relearn. And of course, giving them like an exposure to financial stability. will be a best way to honor his legacy.
In their various remarks, some farmers in attendance expressed appreciation for the initiative, describing it as both impactful and timely. They noted that the technical and financial lectures had broadened their understanding of modern poultry practice and improved financial management.
It's a knowledge that they are impacting to people. So, and if you can increase your learning, then you can increase your earning.
It widens our knowledge about what we are doing, then giving us more insights, the do's and don'ts, the biosecurity, it matters.
The event also featured platform for networking, sharing experience among farmers, and presentation of Award of Excellence. Damilola Daudu, BCOS News.
Following the accidental death of a 25-year-old man, Abiodun Alarakpe, from a flying stone unleashed during mining activities at a campaign at Orisumbari community along the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, the Oyo State House of Assembly has intervened to prevent a future occurrence of such tragedy. BCOS reporter Dibayo Abdurrafi, who visited the area, reports that the chairman, Oyo State House of Assembly Committee on Environment, Honorable Rahman Olorun Poto, and the chairman, House Committee on Mineral Resources, Honorable Anthony Ogunshola, embarked on a fact-finding mission regarding the sad and unfortunate incidents. Here is Bayo's reports.
The killing of the 25-year-old man, Abiodun Alarakpe, by a flying stone, which was reported to have moved from the blast being carried out by Chinese-owned mining company, caused a protest by residents of Orisumbari community along the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway in Oluyole local government area of Oyo State. Information gathered revealed that the blasting by the company had always resulted into destruction of homes, properties, and other valuables through its environmental impacts. On a fact-finding mission to the area, the chairman of Oyo State House Committee on Environment, Honorable Rahman Olorun Poto, and his counterpart on Mineral Resources, Honorable Anthony Ogunshola, disclosed that the member representing Oluyole constituency had raised the concern at the floor of the State Assembly. After necessary findings from the site manager of the Chinese company, Honorable Olorun Poto spoke with this reporter, noting that the House will take deliberate action towards guaranteeing the safety of lives and property of residents of mining communities in the state.
Been to a few places within the community. We've seen some neighboring companies. We've also seen some other buildings, and we've seen the impact extremely negative. The impact is as close as 100, 200 meters, even less than that, from the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, which is a big danger to motorists and citizens of Oyo State. And of course, the House of Assembly will be duly informed of our findings, and the House will take a decision.
Also speaking at the mining site, the chairman, Oluyole Local Government, Engineer Akeem Olatunji, disclosed that the incident has raised security risk in the area, and the local government is leaving no stone unturned at ensuring that the situation did not degenerate. He stated that the council authority is ready to collaborate with relevant stakeholders on mining with a view to ensuring that the safety of lives and property of the people in mining communities are adequately guaranteed.
95% of companies operating within the local government are failing their responsibility in terms of CSR, which is very, very bad. They only make money from here and take it away without taking into consideration the welfare of the residents and the host communities, which the local government represents. So, and that's why we are also going to partner with the State House of Assembly in this regard to ensure that at least Oluyole people get value for the resources that people are utilizing in our local government.
BCOS News observed that the officials of the National Environmental Standards and Regulations Enforcement Agency, NESREA, are already at the site for necessary information and action. Debayo Abdurrafi, BCOS News.
We'll take another commercial break, and after the break, we'll go over to our sports desk.
oúnjẹ ti délẹ̀ o.
Ó dára fún jollof rice, spaghetti, ọbẹ̀ ata àti àsáró sí àsè tó gbà yìí.
Breaking news. The home is under attack by stains, disease-causing germs, and so much more. An all-out war. But not for long, because Hypo is here.
Dirty floors and surfaces.
Not on our watch.
Protect every day with Hypo. Dirty and stains don't be doing shakara. We got the remedy, original palasa. Hypo, go hypo. Protect your home every day with Hypo. Cleaning every surface, sanitizing home. Shine every corner, enter every corner. Your sitting room, kitchen, even the toilets. For cleaning, Hypo now, no lose guard, protect your home with Hypo now.
And just like that, the day is saved.
Germs always find a way back.
No green. Protect every day with Hypo.
In today's fast-paced world, staying ahead demands peak performance from our bodies.
Like never before, our bodies need an optimum supply of essential nutrients, and Supermalt supports our daily nutritional needs.
Supermalt has 20 essential vitamins, minerals, and natural extracts for overall health and wellness. One Supermalt a day gives you energy and vitality, improves your mental performance, and supports your immunity.
Progress no dey happen just like that. It dey come from support when you need am.
Much.
Na money point o.
Money point, thank you.
Customer, na transfer abi? Confirm.
Bro, na transfer.
Na money point oga. Na confirm.
Progress na peace of mind when you know say payment go land as sure banker. Progress na small win wey dey carry person go far.
No worry, yourself go make am. Mo go buy ball.
Victor, even you dey use money point?
Of course na, they use money point.
Confirm.
Progress no dey happen just like that. It dey come from support when you need am.
Mommy, I got the school fees. You too much.
Na money point o.
Money point, thank you.
Customer, na transfer abi? Confirm.
Bro, na transfer.
Na money point oga. Oh, na confirm.
Progress na peace of mind when you know say payment go land as sure banker. Progress na small win wey dey carry person go far.
No worry, yourself go make am. Mo go buy ball.
Victor, even you dey use money point?
Of course, money point.
Confirm.
Money point, made for your progress.
To imagine a world with no boundaries. Just you and your dreams, running wild and free. Oh no, life can be easy. Smooth connection with the correct.
Milky and Creamy is truly milky and contains calcium. So, no need to add milk for that rich, creamy cup, which helps to nourish your kids. Milo 3-in-1 is such a smart choice. Milo, energy to go further.
From Nestle.
Good evening and welcome to the Sports Corner. My name is Bukola Owolabi Akinloye. 9 countries from the continent are guaranteed to play in the tournament. 1 more team will then take part in the FIFA playoff tournament. So far, only Morocco and Tunisia have confirmed their spots at next year's World Cup. The remaining slots will be completed in the final 2 fixtures in the qualifying series within a fortnight. In Group A, Egypt leads Group A with 20 points. Senegal tops Group B with 18 points. Benin Republic, Group C, 14 points. Cape Verde, Group D, 19 points. Cote d'Ivoire, Group F, 20 points. Algeria, Group G, 19 points. And Ghana, Group I, with 19 points, are in prime position to finish. And the Lesotho Football Association, LFA, has announced the sale of match tickets for the Crocodiles 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifying match day 9 encounter against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Lesotho are playing their 2026 World Cup qualifying matches in South Africa as they don't have a stadium approved by FIFA to host international matches. The Crocodiles will host the Super Eagles at the new Peter Mokaba Stadium, Polokwane, on Friday, and they were held to a 1-1 draw by the Super Eagles on match day 1 at the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium, Uyo. North African powerhouse Morocco is set to host the 2025 Confederation of African Football CAF Award for the 3rd consecutive year. The city of Marrakesh, which successfully staged the previous 2 editions, has once again been chosen as the venue for African football's most prestigious award ceremony. In recent years, the CAF Awards in Morocco have produced memorable moments for Nigerian football fans, with Super Eagles stars Victor Osimhen and Ademola Lookman emerging as top winners in successive editions. The 2025 CAF Awards will once again highlight the continent's finest football achievements of the past year, with high expectations for another glamorous night in Marrakesh. And with that, we come to the end of stories from the world of sports. Good evening.
Bukola Owolabi Akinloye. And now to foreign scene. At least 24 people were killed and 47 others injured after Myanmar's military dropped bombs from a motorized paraglider on a crowd that gathered for a Buddhist festival in the country's central region. Witnesses said 2 bombs were dropped within minutes. Foreign Desk Editor Folashade Akintola compiled these details as presented by Bimbo Akombi.
The deadly attack occurred in Choang-Yu Township, Sangyeong region, as about 100 people attended a peaceful gathering marking a national holiday. Witnesses said 2 bombs were dropped within minutes, sending shrapnel across the festival ground. Locals described horrific scenes of devastation. The Sangyeong region has become one of the fiercest battlegrounds in Myanmar's civil war since the military seized power in 2021, overthrowing the democratically elected government of Aung San Suu Kyi. Thousands have been killed and millions displaced in the years of fighting between the junta and pro-democracy armed groups. In the meantime, 11 military personnel have been killed in a gunfight with armed fighters in the country's northwest, according to the Pakistani army. The gun battle erupted early on Wednesday during an intelligence operation in Orakzai district after the Afghan border, the army said in a news release. During the intelligence raid, the military said an intense exchange of fire broke out with Khawarij, a term it uses for banned groups such as the Pakistani Taliban, which claimed responsibility for the attack. Among the dead were Lieutenant Colonel Junaid Alif and his deputy Major Tayyab Rahat, along with 9 other soldiers. The army said 19 fighters were also killed. In a statement, Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif lauded security forces for their service and paid tribute to the troops who lost their lives. In recent months, the Pakistan Taliban, which wants to overthrow the government and replace it with their hardline brand of Islamic governance, has stepped up attacks on Pakistani security forces. Record-breaking floods have left tens of thousands of people stranded, and at least 8.
To end the news tonight, here again are the main points. The World Bank has expressed concern that despite Nigeria's recent economic stabilization efforts, about 139 million citizens are now living in poverty. The federal government has reaffirmed commitments to resolving all outstanding issues with the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, and other tertiary education trade unions. Governor Seyi Makinde has inaugurated an 11-member planning committee for the 50th anniversary of the state's creation. At least 24 people were killed and 47 others injured after Myanmar's military dropped bombs from a motorist paraglider on a crowd that gathered for a Buddhist festival in the country's central region. Late night outing is conducive to criminality. Do not keep late nights. Thank you for watching. Good evening.